Hey everybody, this is Marcus. So, I've received breaking news that Jonathan Majors, who have recently played Kang the Conqueror in the MCU, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and of course he was in Loki Season 2 as Victor Timely, and of course he also played Damien in Creed 3, has been fired by Marvel Studios because he's been found guilty of harassment and assault. And Marvel actually cut ties with him altogether. Um, this was shocking to me because I had just gotten the news. Funny that because I was having lunch with my friend Alan at IHOP. We were just talking about the Marvel Cinematic Universe and what the MCU is going to do in the future. Then lo and behold, I found out that I was on Instagram actually. I found out that he's been found guilty, and it took me by surprise. So we're gonna go ahead and check out the article. I actually pulled it up right here on comicbookmovie.com, and I'll put the link in the bottom description. But all of the media outlets have been talking about this, and this is very sad indeed, though. But what does this actually mean for Marvel Studios going forward? How they're going to proceed with the future movies, as far as like if they're going to still focus on Kang the Conqueror or have him being recast, especially considering the fact about Kang's variants in the Marvel lore as well, though. So, but more than likely, from what I've heard, it's still up in the air as far as like they're going to still make Kang the focus. But we're gonna go ahead and check out the article actually from comicbookmovie.com. So, and again, thank you guys so much for your support. It really means a lot to me. So we're gonna go ahead and get right into it. So, this actually says, according to the website comicbookmovie.com, quote, "Well, this didn't take long. The Hollywood Reporter has confirmed with Disney and Marvel Studios that Jonathan Majors has been fired and will no longer play the Marvel Cinematic Universe's Kang the Conqueror. There is no official statement as of yet, but the news is official, and Major's time in the MCU has ended after he was found guilty of reckless assault in the third degree and guilty of harassment by a New York jury earlier today." Man, this is insane. The plan had been for the multiverse saga to revolve around Kang and his many variants. And we first met He Who Remains in Loki Season 1 before Majors played Kang the Conqueror in Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. In the post-credit scenes, the actor portrayed Immortus, Ramatut, and Scarlet Centurion along with thousands of other Kangs. Of course, that's the Councils of Kang as been depicted in the Marvel Comics lore. Loki Season 2 had already been shot when Majors was arrested on March 25th, and we saw him play both Victor Timely and He Who Remains in the Disney Plus series when it was released in October. Avengers: The Kang Dynasty is still dated for May 1st, 2026, and according to the trade, Marvel Studios still plans to move forward with the project after recently tapping Michael Waldron to pen the screenplay. That news broke shortly after Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings director Destin Daniel Cretton walked away from the movie. A title change may well be inevitable. Marvel Studios now has the option to recast the role or move on from Kang altogether. Neither of those will be overly difficult. Major characters have been swapped out in the past, with Mark Ruffalo replaced Edward Norton as the Hulk and Don Cheadle taking over from Terrence Howard as War Machine. Alternately, another villain could destroy the Council of Kangs off-screen, with Dr. Doom still a likely candidate based on recent rumors. Interestingly, the trade adds, while Marvel sources are mum, in November, Marvel hired Loki creator Michael Waldron to work on a new draft of what was to have been Kang Dynasty, but is now being referred to as Avengers 5, according to sources. Major's star had been on the rise before his legal issues. He received widespread acclaim for his work in Creed 3 and was earning Oscar buzz for his role in Magazine Dreams. Searchlight has removed it from the calendar and it may never see the light of day. A statement has also been released by Major's attorney, Pira Chaudhry, regarding the decision made by the jury. Quote, "It is clear that the jury did not believe Grace Jabari's story of what happened in the SUV because they found that Mr. Majors did not intentionally cause any injuries to her. We are grateful for that. We are disappointed, however, that despite not believing Ms. Jabari, the jury nevertheless found that Mr. Majors was somehow reckless while she was attacking him. Mr. Majors is grateful to God, his family, his friends, and his fans for the love and support during these harrowing 8 months." So that's pretty much what they have so far. And again, this is very unfortunate this actually happened. And again, this case has been going on apparently from 8 months. I haven't really been keeping track of the cases. I have been talking about it and keeping track of it off and on, but I've been pretty much trying to keep tabs on what was happening because I knew he was on the case at the moment, but people have been saying that, well, he's probably going to get off of it because there were evidence that he didn't put his hands on her. But then again, you also have the text messages as well and everything else that came around with it. And other than that, it's a pretty messy situation. And I hate it. He's a very talented actor, and I hate for this to actually happen because someone actually compared him to Denzel Washington, especially with his acting credentials. And then with this happening, this is just pretty much just not a good look at all, though. So, but apparently Avengers 5 and Secret Wars, those are the future projects that are going on right now as far as what's going to happen in 2026. So they haven't really changed the title of Secret Wars because it was going to lead into that. But everyone's been talking about Dr. Doom coming in to play in the huge part for the Secret Wars saga as well, though. So, but I'm actually curious to see what's going to happen as far as what the MCU is concerned, because again, it's only 3.5 years away, or basically 3 years away before we actually get a chance to see Avengers 5 and Secret Wars, as a matter of fact. So there's gonna be a lot of changes. I've actually been told that one of my friends was telling me this, though, that John Boyega could be in the role to play Kang the Conqueror, but apparently that's not the case too, because there's an article in that's been reported that John Boyega is not going to play Kang the Conqueror, though. Of course, John Boyega is an incredible actor. He actually played Finn in the Star Wars franchise. So, again, he's another candidate, but I don't think they're going to go along with Kang that much, though. And the thing about it is you really can't take out Kang the Conqueror because, of course, the character himself is a very pivotal and imperative character in the Marvel Universe because he's a powerful time-traveling warlord. But as far as, where he is, as far as, his level of popularity goes, he's not really up on par like Dr. Doom is. Dr. Doom has pretty much been well requested, though. But you look at all the villains, especially from top to bottom, is where you actually got Kang the Conqueror listed, at least in the top 10 for sure, though. So, but there's a lot of amazing and incredible villains in the Marvel Universe, just like there's a lot of incredible heroes that fits that mold. And considering Kang the Conqueror's ability, especially with his variants, it could be easily be noted that he can be recast as far as if they want to continue with the character for sure. But if not, then what stands right now is that you actually had Dr. Doom coming in and pretty much be part of the Secret Wars lore, because he's a part of the lore anyway, especially in the original 1984 comics where he actually steals the Beyonder's powers, and the incursions, especially what he did in the 2015 Secret Wars written by Jonathan Hickman as well, though. So it can work both ways. You can definitely play a part in this as well, especially whenever they do the live action MCU Secret Wars, when that comes out. It can work both ways. It could tie in with the 1984 Jim Shooter Secret Wars or the 2015 Jonathan Hickman's Secret Wars, where it deals with incursions and being on Battleworld. So, but again, there's so much you can actually do with it. And I know that Ant-Man the Wasp: Quantumania is a great movie, and again, we were actually excited when we actually saw the Councils of Kang. That was actually one of my favorite moments where we actually did get a chance to see Immortus, the Scarlet Centurion, and Ramatut being the 3 leaders of the Councils of Kangs. And when they found out that one of their own was taken out by Ant-Man, then it was setting up to where, okay, if one Kang was down, there's going to be multiple Kangs. So Kang is pretty much hard to get rid of. So, but they can pretty much do this though. They can pretty much set this up to where Dr. Doom can actually come in and wipe out all of the Kangs and let him be the major part for that as well though. That could be a possibility for that. So, if they're going to pretty much pull a scene like that, I mean, that will definitely be amazing. And I mean, I wouldn't mind actually seeing that myself though. So, but there's also rumors going around too that Cillian Murphy, he's an incredible actor. Of course, he recently played Oppenheimer, J. Robert Oppenheimer in the Oppenheimer movie, and he also played Jonathan Crane, the Scarecrow in the Batman Begins and the Batman trilogy for Christopher Nolan. There's rumors about him playing Dr. Doom in the MCU. It's a possibility because he could definitely make a really great Victor Von Doom. So we'll see. I actually recently saw a fan art of him as Dr. Doom, and he makes a really great, convincing Victor Von Doom, if you ask me. So, but again, we'll see how it goes. As far as everything else goes, apparently they're going to change the Kang Dynasty logo and just make it called Avengers 5. So that's what I've just read, and apparently if it's going to be official, then we'll have to see where it goes though. So, but they're obviously not going to change the Secret Wars logo because it's going to tie into basically just, you know, Secret Wars and everything like that though. But the whole thing about the multiverse saga, it was supposed to pretty much just like focus on Kang the Conqueror. That was the original focus. It was supposed to be about Kang the Conqueror coming in and pretty much disrupting the multiverse. But now when you have this happen with Jonathan Majors, they're going to do like a complete U-haul or an overhaul of the story. So again, when you have to have one of the directors leaving and new directors coming in, that's pretty much going to be like the antithesis of what's going to happen though. So, but we'll see. But I hate it for Jonathan Majors. I think he was an incredible actor. But, you know, it doesn't negate the fact that these accusations actually did happen. And he was, you know, he did what he did. You know, and I, for one, don't believe you should put your hands on anybody. And I, for one, believe you should respect one another, though, no matter what goes down. Be it man or woman, just always respect each other and love each other. And I always say that, too, though. So, but that's my PSA on that one. So, but again, as far as what Marvel Studios is going to do, obviously they had to make the call as soon as the verdict was released that he was found guilty of those charges. So now what they have to do now is trying to figure out, well, what they're going to do going forward, you know, as far as what the stories goes. And as far as like, the movies that are coming out in 2024, besides the Sony movies like Madam Web, Kraven the Hunter, and the Marvel TV shows like Echo, Spider-Man Freshman Year, and X-Men 97, and also the other projects that are coming out too, like Agatha, the television series. You know, this Deadpool 3 is definitely going to be the most talked about for sure though. So Deadpool 3 more than likely is going to carry it's definitely going to carry the MCU as far as like what 2024 is going to be for sure though. So again, we have to see how this all pans out. So like I said, depending on how well those movies actually do, especially with Madam Web, Kraven the Hunter, and then you also have other projects that are coming up as well though. So, you know, just those projects that I just named, it definitely makes the most sense though. So, but we'll see, you guys. Like I said, I definitely hate it as far as what happened with Jonathan Majors, but obviously Marvel's going to continue moving forward as far as like what they're going to do as far as like with their future projects are concerned though. So, but yeah, but again, with all these projects that are coming out, in 2024, there's still time to figure out what the next move that Marvel Studios is going to do for the MCU. So with those projects that are coming up, for example, like I mentioned, for the projects that are coming up, we got Madam Web, we got Kraven the Hunter, and then, of course, Deadpool 3 is going to be at least the talked about movie and the most anticipated movie in 2024. And then we also have X-Men 97. We also got Agatha Darkhold Diaries. And then we got Echo as well. So, again, a lot to be looking forward to. I'm definitely looking forward to all of them. Although, we have to see how Sony does with their movies. So, we have to basically see what that's going to happen, though. But Deadpool 3 is definitely going to carry the MCU for sure. Because I know for sure we're finally going to see mutants definitely in the MCU. And depending upon what the plot's going to be about, it's going to be interesting enough, to say the least, though. So... But anyway, you guys, what I'll do is I'll post the link in the bottom of the description from comicbookmovie.com, and we'll just take it from there, you guys. So, but in the meantime, thank you guys so much for your support. You guys mean a lot to me. Make sure you like, share, subscribe to my video and to my channel for those who are new. Thank y'all so much for everything. I love y'all. Be good to each other. Love each other. I love y'all. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.